This week, we've taken a group of 13 students down from the LA diocese, and we've spent all week doing a number of projects. In the morning, they've worked in a child care center in Skid Row, where they've played with the kids, and these families, their parents work in the garment district. And in the afternoons, they've had several different kinds of opportunities. So this afternoon, we're in MacArthur Park, and they have taken a lunch, and they've had to find someone in need and sit down and eat lunch with them and share their lunch and share their conversation. So it's been a week of service, but it's also a week of looking for God. My experience with students in our parish is they spend a lot of time inside the liturgy. They're acolytes, their parents bring them to church, but very often when we talk about the liturgy, they don't really understand it. They don't know what it means. They see the gospel, it's processed down, they hear the stories, but they have a hard time connecting what happens outside of church with what happens inside of church. And this is a fantastic opportunity to take students out into the world, tell them the stories of the gospel, talk to them about the life of Jesus and what his work was, and that our mandate is to do the same. So to love our neighbors as God has loved us. Because we can't begin to do that if we don't know our neighbors and we don't understand our neighbors. So this is a great, safe way of getting students to do that kind of work.
Max and I went and took lunch to a lady who was sitting down. When we first saw her, she wasn't wearing shoes, so we thought maybe she could use the lunch. She did actually have shoes with her, but she was definitely living in poverty. She may not have been homeless, but she did need some help. So we sat down with her and we tried to have a conversation with her, but it was a little difficult because she recently came from Africa, so she didn't know very good English. She did try to talk to us though, and she was very sweet about it. She mostly just laughed and smiled though, trying to pretend like she knew what we were saying, which was okay because we did the same thing kind of. But she was very nice because she gave us a little souvenir. They're little booklets about Jesus and how life is created, which I thought was it was kind of cool of her. We shared our lunch with her, and in return she's sharing what she has with us. And she didn't have much, so this was all she could really share, which was enough for us. We really appreciated it.
Me and Natalie had a similar experience. We shared lunch with an elderly lady who it seemed like she hadn't spoken with anyone in a long time because she spoke very softly, and she seemed confused. But she was really very sweet, and she gave us some drawings these drawings.
Great art, I think.
Yeah. And we didn't get to talk to her a whole lot because she was really very confused, but she was super nice.
What I think we realized together was that in going out of your comfort zone, you're doing what Jesus did, which was to go out of his comfort zone and engage with people who other people in the society don't really want to engage with, and then finding out that we're all human beings and we're brothers and sisters and we're all children of God. And that's the beauty of this kind of pilgrimage. It's just wonderful.
I mean, if Jesus had sat around thinking, gosh, I wish people would love God more, but instead emptied himself and came and got in among us, that's the incarnation, and got in there and touched people and healed them in very physical and tangible ways. That's what these kids are getting the opportunity to do this week. They're finally putting into practice all of the things we talk about as values and aspirations of the church. They're doing it.
We anticipate that this will be an annual event and really kind of a mainstay of the kind of theology and engagement and formation that we hope everybody will be a part of. So if you're someone who might be interested in attending the Los Angeles pilgrimage next year, I hope you'll give it serious consideration, because they're already making partnerships and setting some dates right now, even as we speak.
And you do see that they're like us. Like, the man we talked to the other day, he has daughters going to school, he has a family, everything. He just took the wrong path in life and started doing things that ended up making him homeless. But he watches football, he follows it, he has a favorite team. Like, they're just like us, and people don't realize that. They have these judgments about them, that they're lazy, that they're bad people, but they're really not. And I love seeing that they are like us.